You've said "I'm fine" probably 1,000 times this year. But when's the last time it was actually true? We spend our whole lives introducing ourselves to other people, our name, our job, our relationship status, our little Instagram bio. And somehow we never stop to ask the one question that actually matters. Who are you when nobody's watching, when there's no title to hide behind, no role to play, no one left to impress? Stay with me for the next few minutes, because by the end of this you might realize you've been living as someone else's idea of you. It doesn't happen all at once. Nobody wakes up one day and decides to disappear into a version of themselves that isn't real. It happens slowly, a small yes when you meant no, a small silence when you should have spoken, an opinion you swallowed because it was easier than the argument. You learn early which version of you gets approved of by parents, by teachers, by friends, by likes and comments online, and without even noticing, you start auditioning for that version full-time. Somewhere along the way, the performance becomes the person. Here's where it gets interesting, because this isn't just a feeling. Psychologists have actually studied it. There's a concept called self-concept clarity, which basically measures how clearly a person understands who they are, what they believe, and what they actually want, independent of everyone else's opinion. And the research on it is strikingly consistent. People low in self-concept clarity report more anxiety, more emotional instability, and a kind of chronic restlessness, even when their lives look completely fine from the outside. People high in self-concept clarity, on the other hand, report meaningfully greater life satisfaction, not because their circumstances are easier, but because they're not spending their entire life pretending. Knowing yourself, it turns out, isn't just a nice idea. It's measurably tied to peace of mind. And here's the part that might sting a little. That version of you everyone loves, the easygoing one, the one who never says no, the one who agrees with almost everything just to keep the peace that might be the exact reason you feel so drained all the time. Not because life itself is hard, because you're not fully in it, you're managing it, performing it, watching yourself from the outside like an actor who forgot they were ever allowed to leave the stage. If that line just landed somewhere real, do me a favor and hit like right now. Not for me, for the algorithm, so this actually reaches someone else scrolling tonight who needs to hear it too. And I genuinely want to know, drop one word in the comments that describes who you are when you're completely alone, no filters, no audience, no performance. I read every single comment, and I promise you, you won't be the only one who has to pause and actually think about the answer. Because finding yourself was never going to be one dramatic lightning bolt moment. It's not a discovery, it's a return. It's slowly unlearning everyone else's voice in your head until your own is loud enough to hear again. It's noticing which opinions are actually yours and which ones you inherited just to belong. It's realizing that the exhaustion you've been calling just life might actually be the cost of living as a stranger to yourself. And maybe that's what this phrase really means. Life begins when you find yourself. Not when you get the job, the relationship, the body, the house, the approval you've been chasing. It begins the moment you stop asking the world who you're supposed to be and start actually listening to who you already are, underneath all the noise you piled on top of yourself to survive. That's not a far-off destination, it's a decision available to you today. So before you scroll to the next video like this one, comment that one word and follow for more, because the next video might be the one that helps you find another piece of yourself you forgot was there.